Pittiness, sympathy, I was craving for it. The more I was craving, I now realized that it was drowning me. It was creating more of negative energy from others and also creating negative energy from within, of which I was getting into that mode. Oh my God, why only me? Why did God create me like this? Now let me give a break. And then Suresh Khanna told me, maybe you have to go for a Reiki healing. He guided me on to a wonderful master, Reiki master, Raj Gopalan at Maleshwara. I did my Reiki mastership there. A lot of self-realization. Again, a spiritual connection. And then it took off my journey into spirituality. I started trialing and trying to implement and also face the outcomes. And then I got a wonderful opportunity, to get into another company. Initially, I was working for Accidental Services, that's where all my fragmentations were, self-sympathy, got associated to brain, all that began. And then later, I was always wanting to get into knowledge sharing. This passion started with the trigger of Rajan Parulekkar's session. I wanted to be one day an effective speaker and a trainer where I can share my knowledge to make a difference in other people's life. I wanted to bring a shift in my career. And I just went with the flow. There was a great, huge incident that happened in my life. It was shaking. That was a real big blow in my life, where I had to take a very serious step of walking out of my husband's life with the 2 kids. I have a daughter and I have a son. I left my kids there. I decided I can't take any more abuse. I have to take control of my life. And I just took a firm decision. I struggled with this physical, sexual, mental, emotional abuse constantly for 14 years. And I decided, yes, I will take control of my life now. I'm not born with it. I had to go to Commissioner's place to seek help, Deputy Commissioner of Police, because my husband is a very highly influential person. I went, I tried to commit suicide twice. I took a stern step and ensured that everything is decided well so that it doesn't disturb me in my life. And then the Commissioner's place gave me an immense support, and my husband was called to that place, and they said not to distract me anymore because physically I am not compatible or capable to live a married life because of my ailments. Plus, I am an emotionally weak person who needs a lot of hypnotherapists and healing. And I was directly hospitalized into the hospital in MES Road. It is I'm not able to recollect. I was treated for 2 weeks on hypnosis under the psychiatrist Dr. Varshini, and she made a report and called my husband and said, if you want your children to have a mother, you're not going to step back into her life. So there is no legal separation as such, but they have asked him not to disturb me anymore, and if anything happens, the next step would be I would go mad and I would be in hands. So he realized it. And he is my own mother's brother. We are living in a joint family, and he stopped disturbing me from then. And then my exploration and new discovery of life began. And I started doing a lot of meditations, got associated with the art of living, to rejuvenate myself, to get that connection back. And I was a core volunteer in Jaipur, the event. I was totally involved for the whole of the week, and I got spiritually connected to a lot of things there. I think it is because of the blessings and the energy that I got a job in a company called, currently working, ACS Xerox, as a learning and development specialist. Initially, I started training people, employees, and then now it's been a huge transformation that has happened. My first session was stress management, and that was my life examples. Stress management, mental stress, emotional stress, physical stress, all three stresses. It was my life examples, and the sessions were real super hit sessions, and that's when it began. But internally, that still the pain was there. I was outwardly talking to people and guiding people how to come out of stress, how to live in the light. But internally there was still a pain which was actually pulling me back. Varshini, you're not doing justice. You're not grounded. You need to be more stable. You need to be more grounded if you want to give and teach others. That's when I again started going in for my self-exploration, got into international certification on psychodynamics and NLP, transactional analysis, and then hypnotherapy, and more of into life healing process. And that gave me a wide exposure of why a lot of things happen in my life. That gave me a lot of stability in accepting the life as it is. The moment the acceptance began, stop expecting. Stress management talks about stress is caused due to high expectations, and there is no acceptance. The moment I accepted, life started manifesting at a very bigger level. In fact, this international certification as a life healing consultant costed 55,000. I didn't have a single bike. And the person who proposed this, I said, Dr. Shanto, I don't have so much of money. She said, Varshini, I think we don't choose all people. And I think this is meant for you. You just create that intention, give it to the universe. It will manifest. She just said that. Created an intention. Just let go. Within a week, she calls me back and she said, you're qualified for a scholarship.
In fact, I should tell you that it happened with GCS as one also.
I'm coming there. You are qualified as for a scholarship of 25% discount. And then you have to pay just the rest of it. Okay. Now, how do I manage the 75%? I started doing my let go. And then, you know what, I had bought this life insurance policy.
Okay.
Long time back, the Gold Plus or something. The market rate went high. I just wanted to, this agent calls me and tells me, madam, the share price is high. Do you want to surrender? My investment was 20,000 and he said, you will get 35,000. I was supposed to pay 35,000 and exactly 35,000 was manifested. And then I decided, the higher source is always there when we are connected, when we trust the higher self and let go, not complain. And it was taken care of. Then this certification was for 700 hours, which means for the whole of the year. It happened in chunks, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. And by stage 3, my God, it was a huge healing, which myself and my daughter, both of us experienced it together. When I was healed with the inner child, whatever healing was happening to me, it was shown on her. I started having rashes on my body. She too had rashes on her body. I started developing temperature because it started opening up. She also had temperature. And everything was working, and when it was diagnosed, it was identified. She also didn't get the love of her mother when she was supposed to get. Because when she was a child, I was a mother who was in pain, struggling for survival, struggling for love, struggling for care. And the same is affecting her life. When I started working on this, creating a bond between her and me, it just was opposite. She was, outbursting. She used to be very angry, arrogant, throwing up everything. I said, I went back, see, I'm showing so much of love with my daughter. Now she's doing this, she's arrogant. No, I want to give up. And she said, Varshini, she is mirroring you. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Went with the flow. There was a huge bond that developed between me and my daughter. Lot of healing. My hormones started changing. The moment my hormones started changing, my way of thinking started changing, my appetite started changing. And you know what? Physically there was always a line here, 3 lines. It used to be like this.
Okay.
And everybody used to say, Varshini, why are you always like this? Why are you always tense? After this complete process, can anybody see the lines? That was the first symptom that I'm healed and I'm taken care of. And that was a new way of living, even which Shakti Gavan has spoken. She wants us to get connected to our inner self, what our inner child needs, and also the male and female essence which is present in our body, it should be complementing. The male essence is always supporting and the provider, and the female essence is love and compassion. When these two are in balance, the life just flows effortlessly. And I was cribbing that 35,000 I have paid for Sahil. Oh my God, international 35,000. Okay, that. So I got that insurance amount, but then I have paid it here. I just went and asked Dr. Shantanu, can you give me the receipt for that so that I reimburse in my office? And she said, this is a spiritual organization, we don't give anything as a receipt because this goes for a social cause. Oh God, because I had to take care of my daughter's education. I had to pay her fees. I thought if I can get back this amount, I can pay the fees. Okay, took a deep breath. I thought